Hey guys, Sleepy Reader here. I haven't, sorry for making you dizzy if I have from moving my camera around inside my car. I haven't had much time to read comic books, but I have read Batman number 13. I think it's brilliant. A really great comic book. I hope the whole series is this good, but even if it's a little less good than this, it's going to be great. This is a great jumping on point if you want to try out Batman. Really suggest you start here. Every scene by scene, it's just beautifully paced, a sort of nesting of reveals and surprises and creepy moments. It's definitely a horror book. It's superhero horror. The Joker totally as a really gory horror movie villain. Maybe, kind of on the edge of too gory for me, but it's so well done that I like it anyway. I was actually, getting less excited by Scott Snyder, because the writer of this book, because the end of The Court of the Owls, the very last issue, struck me as kind of weak, or so rather than brilliant, like much of that series was, and the kind of fill-in issue. Before the Zero issue number 12, I thought was just an okay story, a little bit too cute or something for me. But this one knocks it out of the park. And I'm not even a big Joker fan. One of my least favorite heroes. I never read the villains. I never read The Killing Joke. Maybe that would change it for me. But to me, he's kind of avoided most Batman stories with the Joker in it. I read some really old Joker stories, and when I really got turned on to Batman, it was through Ra's al Ghul kind of stories and other kind of mysterious, stories with kind of a mystery suspense quality and not this sort of crazy clown killer. So I wasn't expecting to love this, and I kind of was resisting even halfway through the comic book, but by the end of the comic book, I was just totally hooked. And there's a good backup too, co-written by Snyder and his little buddy. Sorry to call him that, but I don't think. Oops, where's the credits for this one? It's at the back of the story. I'm looking at the credits for the backup story. It's co-written by Scott Snyder and James Tynion IV. I don't think James Tynion IV has written anything by himself yet, so I'm calling him Scott Snyder's little buddy. It has a completely different art style than Greg Capullo, but also very cool, by this artist named Jacques. It has a more sort of painterly quality, without much background detail, but really suits this sort of little outtake of what's going on in the background with Joker and his own sidekick, Harley Quinn. But another thing to note is it's a $3.99 book, and I'm trying to avoid this, so that was part of why I didn't want to like this and just skip it over or wait for the trade. But it's just too good. I won't be waiting for the trade, I don't think. But for a $3.99 book, it actually has 30 pages of story, 24 pages of the main story, and 6 pages of the backup story. So it's actually quite a good value for the money. It might, page by page, it might even be cheaper than a $2.99 book. Plus the fun, goofy cover. I hope they sell whole Joker masks like that. That would be fun. So yeah, good jumping on point, gory. I think some of the best comic book storytelling art in the business. I think that Greg Capullo is just doing an incredible job. You may or may not like his actual style. I like his style, but also the way he does the layouts and the movement through the story. You look at some of the pages, and every single panel's from a brilliant different angle. Even though it's cartoony, he captures a lot of emotion. He captures kind of the darkness, but still makes it fun, and it's sort of fun and intense and cartoony and emotional all at the same time. I think he's gonna go down in the history books as, you know, one of the great Batman artists alongside Neil Adams and a number of others. Yeah, I never even read Death in the Family, which this is obviously Death of the Family. It refers back to that. I did kind of get a sense of the early Joker stories. I think I read them once a long time ago in a paperback, a hardback reprint. The Batman 30s to the 70s, which was my first introduction to Batman as a kid. So yeah, there's a number of reasons why I might not have liked this, but actually I loved it. I also read, someone sent me the digital code, thank you very much, Brandon, to Uncanny Avengers, which I feel like was the other big book of this week. And that was a very good superhero Avengers, X-Men, particularly an X-Men feeling kind of book. And I liked it, but I loved this. To me, this is the must pick up comic book of the week, probably of the month, I'm guessing. I mean, there's lots of other good stuff out there. I haven't got to read Punk Rock Jesus yet, for instance. I'm almost 100% sure that will be great too. But this, you know, especially for the mainstream of comics, this is a real high. Is there going to be some significance of the mask of the Joker over Batman? I like that idea. Will Joker kill members of Batman's family? Is his death of the family? Maybe he will destroy Batman's family. So not kill people, but psychologically screw with them. And so I'm just making wild predictions here. Maybe he will screw with them and destroy Batman's family, at least temporarily. It's really fun to sort of guess and look at where Snyder's going. It's hard to really tell where he's going, but you get a great sense of confidence and power in the writing and the pacing and the control that this story is under. So yeah, go out and get it. I hope I'll be finding time to make more videos and talk to you guys. I love this community. It's a really important part of my own sort of blowing off steam from all the other troubles of life. It makes each week more fun. So talk to you all of you guys soon. Bye bye.